besties. I'm sure you guys could tell by today's title and thumbnail, we are doing a chatty get ready with me. Not only are we doing that, but I do have some new makeup to test out. Some of this I paid for myself, some of this I did get in PR, and then some of this is just old makeup that I'm just also throwing in between. So you guys want to see kind of where my life has been the last couple of weeks, update on my dogs, my cat, my home, and all of that. Well, then grab a snack, grab a drink, because I feel like this is going to be a very raw, open, and honest one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on this little headband right here. I received this from Jean-Luc Cosmetics. He actually sent me a cute little like lip kit in the mail. It's called Love Bomb. These are gonna be the Jean-Luc peptide lip treatments. There's like 5 or 6 different shades. I'm gonna go in the shade right here, Strawberry, just so I can have something like on my lips while I kind of talk to you guys. I absolutely do love Jean-Luc, and they are so incredibly kind. I love the owner, and they sent me the brand new lip balms. I love a good lip balm, you know, just because it's really nice to keep your lips nice and hydrated. So see how this one, ooh, look at that lip applicator. See what this one is like. This is a strawberry. Ooh, it smells really good. It has a thicker texture to it. Nice thick texture. Taste amazing, and it feels really hydrating on the lips. So okay, so before we go into any stories today, let's just go ahead and start off with the base. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the Laneige. This is going to be the Balance Mode Shine Control Weightless Moisturizer. Y'all, I am not even going to bother doing a wear test at all today, because like legit, I just don't have the time to. I would do a wear test like later on. It's just I don't have time. It's almost 3 o'clock. I'm so busy. It's like not even funny. So I guess, what do I start with? I don't even know where to start. Well, one, it's about to thunderstorm outside right now. So you're going to hear that. But then 2, we just got the keys this morning to our house, which I'll go into that in just a little bit. But I guess I'm going to start off with Kaya. I think I'll start with Kaya, but before I do, before I go into Kaya, I do want to go into the eyes. So I'm going to play with the brand new Fantasy Cosmetica X Multichromatic. This is going to be the Cosmic Cove palette. Let me tell you guys what this is all about. Welcome adventure to the Cosmic Cove. Inspired by the concealed crystal caverns and the tranquil magic beneath the surface, we trust your new treasures will bring a little enchantment to everyday rituals. We are delighted to announce our newest collaboration with Miles from Multichromatic. Miles has been working with us behind the scenes since almost the beginning of Fantasy Cosmetica. His creativity and passion for makeup are truly boundless. We're excited to bring his vision to life for this brand new collection. Now, this is going to be launching as of now. So by the time you guys are seeing this collection is completely live. The palette does retail for $49.99. They're also going to be launching some nail polish and I believe some perfumes to go with this as well. As always, I do have a code with Fantasy Cosmetica. It is code Allie, save 10% off. I'll say the outside packaging is absolutely beautiful, and this color story, oh my gosh, this color story is so pretty. I definitely want to play with some of those greens and purples. Calling my name. Okay, so I kind of don't know where to start, because like y'all know that my life the last couple months has just been one thing after another. Like my friends in my life are looking at me going, you just had a bad hand dealt to you this year. And I truly have. Like I truly have had one thing after another, and I just feel like I can't catch my breath. And like my friends are like, how do you still smile? How are you still going? And I just said, because I have faith. Like I have faith that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I have faith that good things are still on their way to me. I just have faith that I'm in good hands. Like no matter what, I do believe that I will always overcome something, as painful as it is and as scary as it is. I still think of the positive. I can't help it. That's just how I am. Yeah, do I have my moments where I'm just like, life sucks and I can't do this anymore? Of course, I'm human. I have, I don't even know where my eye base is. I have my breakdown moments. I'm just gonna go in the Day signature because I don't know where my, Sigma Beauty is one. But of course I have my breakdown moments. I'm human. I'm gonna have my breakdown. I'm gonna have scary moments. I'm gonna cry, and I'm just gonna say like life just sucks, and just, you know, this year sucks and all that, of course. But I still, at the end of the day, I still try to see the positive, because that's all I can do. Like truly, that's all I can do. So I'm gonna start off with, I guess, Kaya's situation. So if you guys did not know, a couple months ago, I told you guys that Kaya had been battling some sort of like infection on her foot. We weren't entirely sure exactly what had caused it. We thought that maybe she just, I don't know, had like a wound, and then we went and got it biopsy because the vet was like, oh, it could be like cancerous. I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Ether we're gonna put that in the outer V. So we weren't entirely sure like what exactly was causing it. It's just that it definitely was a cause of concern because like it was a pretty deep wound that was just having like pus and blood come out. So we went and got a biopsy. Biopsy came back completely negative of being anything cancerous or anything like that. So he's like, okay, it could be a foreign body, but let's just do a culture test instead. So we did the culture test, and when we did the culture test, it actually came back that she had a water mold in her foot. Now, the biggest thing that he was scared of is that it was going to come back as pitosis. If you guys don't know what that is, because I sure as hell had no idea what it is a water mold that's found in like a swampy region that is extremely fatal to dogs because it essentially causes the dogs to have their muscles or their organs where it's affecting to essentially rot is what it does. He said, consider it like cordyceps. Once it's in the body, it's extremely difficult to treat because it's not a true fungus. So it doesn't exactly react to antifungals. It's just a very, very difficult, complicated infection that is more often than not fatal. It happens in horses, like they know how to treat it with horses, but for dogs, it pretty much is a death sentence. And when he told me that, we had to have a very long conversation. This man has seen me cry so much recently. Like, I feel bad for my vet. This sweet man has seen me cry, and he has taken it so freaking well. Like, oh my gosh, so freaking well. But so anyway, I was like, how do we know? So he's like, let me contact dermatology. Let me contact internal medicine. Let's see what they can say because they can probably tell me a little bit more just because you really just don't see this present in dogs. So I said, do what you need to do. Like, do we need to amputate her foot? Take her foot off. Take it off. I was like, do whatever you need to do. I need you to save my dog. This is my baby. She can live without a foot. Dogs do it all the time. She can live without a foot. So, and then that may have been selfish on my part, but I couldn't handle the idea of not having my 7-year-old German Shepherd still with me. And, you know, I mean, because she's only 7 and she still has, like, to me, another, like, 25 years left, okay? I'm going to be very hopeful. And Koa is going to start crying because it's thundering and my baby boy cannot stand thunder. I know, sweetheart. He's right. It's okay. It's okay. Mommy's right here. It's okay. Mommy's right here. You just lay down, baby. So I was like, do what you need to do, figure this out. So he called me back and said, okay, so in Louisiana, they have a test called the ELSA test, which tests antibodies in the blood so we can see whether or not her body's producing it. If it is, that means that she does have this pitosis and, you know, water mold infection. And if we know, then we can kind of go from there. I said, okay, so what do we need? He goes, well, I have the biopsy of her foot already. He goes, let's go ahead and send that out. We also need a blood sample. So I immediately rushed her to the vet. We went and got a blood sample. And while we were there, he was always asking about Cali because, like, he's kind of known that Cali has been on decline for a while now. And so I was just kind of giving him an update, but I was just still, like, kind of, like, focusing on, like, Kaya. I'm going to take this shade right here called Ooze, and we're going to use that to put in the inner corner. You go get the blood sample sent out immediately because I was like, I need to get this, like, test results in. And then from there, we were just kind of waiting to see what happened. So we ended up going to Kaya's vet appointment because at this point, she's now on a 2-week basis. We're going in and checking the wound, make sure everything's doing okay, seeing what we can kind of give her and stuff like that. Test results came back, and by the grace of God, it came back negative for the pitosis. She still has a mold infection in her foot, but pretty much what they were able to discover is that Kaya has an autoimmune disease. So my baby girl has an autoimmune disease. She has this word right here, metacarpal, I don't know, something fistula. It's a fistula that develops in German Shepherd's foots. They don't exactly know why or how. There's like no exact reason. I'm gonna take the shade right here called Wisp to help to blend out this shade right here. They don't exactly know how this develops. Is that it does happen in German Shepherds. Either German Shepherds develop fistulas in like the butt or male German Shepherds develop it in the foot, and she developed in the foot. So what they're able to determine was that when Kaya was running around and playing, you know, because we do like to let her run around and play and like be a dog, she must have stepped on something sharp and got a cut in her foot, which then opened up into a fistula because she has an autoimmune disease, so she has a low immune system, and this allowed a bacteria, like an actual like mold bacteria, to get into her foot and grow, creating this huge massive tunnel-like infection in her foot where the fistula is present. So now we're on the right course of treating said fistula. It's just gonna take a very long time. So she's gonna be on this round of antibiotics for an extended period of time. We can't exactly say how long she'll be on this antibiotics for, but he said expect this to be like an ongoing treatment pretty much for the rest of her life because we are going to be treating the infection that she has, trying to get rid of it, while also treating the fistula and the autoimmune disease. So we go back on the 5th to get this new topical medication. I'm going to go into this shade right here called Fungi. What are the odds? It's called Fungi, and I'm actually talking about a freaking fungus. And so we go on the 5th to go get this topical ointment that she will have to pretty much put on her foot almost every single day, essentially for the rest of of her life, because the goal is to close the hole that's in her foot, like the fish that's in her foot, to get it closed, and then she'll go into remission, and then every once in a while it's going to open back up, and then now we will have the topical cream, and we'll also have the antibiotics to treat it. So now we know what we're doing, and now we know how to treat it. It's just going to be a very, very long journey getting it to be treated, just because it's still a complicated situation that she's in. But we were also able to determine that because she has this fistula and because she has an autoimmune disease, since Koa is from the exact same parents as her, just a year apart, that his skin allergies and his anal gland issues probably also stem from the fact that he probably also has an autoimmune disease. So we were able to discover all that, and I was beyond blessed that we were able to kind of get that resolved. So Kaya is going to be okay. She's going to be okay. It's just going to be a long road, a long recovery for her. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Rift to place that right next to the shade right here. It's going to be messy, but we're going to trust the process. So that was fantastic news to hear that we are pretty much on the right path with Kaya. When I got the news, I cried because I was just so happy to hear that my baby girl is going to be okay. Like, she's going to be okay. She's going to, it just has like a long road of recovery. But you know what? I'd rather deal with that than like the worst case scenario, you know what I mean? So that was really happy to hear. But while we were in the process of dealing with that, I've noticed that Cali started to kind of go downhill. She started to throw up a lot more than what she normally did. I'm going to go in the shade right here called Lazarus right here. She started to throw up a lot more than what she typically does. Constantly screaming when she was in the, look how beautiful this is. Constantly screaming when she was in the litter box, when she got done eating food, walking around all day, every day. Corey felt that, she was definitely going, Corey felt that she definitely had dementia, because she could just tell that she kind of didn't know where she was at, and that she went completely deaf. So she didn't even hear us anymore. So we'd walk up and go, Callie, Callie, Callie. Would have no idea. They'd like touch her to get her to know. So he always felt that if we moved, the move would be extremely stressful on her, because she obviously might not know where she's at. And when he said that to me, obviously that wasn't really fun information for me to hear, because like, it's my baby girl. Like, what do you mean? Like, I want my baby girl. I'm going to kind of bring this a little bit forward like this, but then I'm also going to bring that purple right here a little bit more forward too. I was like, I want my baby girl around to, to see the new home, to lay in the grass. Like, we already had like a spot picked out where her bed was going to be, so that she can just be really comfy. And I noticed that last week she started to just go down. She was just kind of breathing a little bit heavier and laying a lot flat, like really like flat on her stomach, and just could not get comfortable. She was constantly and turning, like side to side, just not really getting comfortable, and just kept looking at me. And I just was like, maybe she's just, I don't know, maybe she's just trying to get comfy. I couldn't really tell. And so I'm going to go into the shade right here called Weird to help to kind of bridge it all together, because I feel like that'd be so pretty, like this shade right here. It's definitely more of like a topper, shade. I'm going to put that like right here. Kind of bridge them a little bit more together. All right, so that's how it's looking right here. It's actually looking absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see this shift in this or not, but it is so pretty. So I'm going to take this shade right here called Gloom, and we're going to line this to our upper waterline. So I was, packing some things up, and I had noticed that Callie had gotten pretty sick, and then she went and ate food, and then she got sick off of that. And then maybe like 30 or so minutes later, she went and got sick, and it was just plain water. And so at that point, I contacted my vet and I said, she's getting pretty sick. Like, I don't know what we should do. And they were just like, I think you need to come bring her in. And I was like, okay. They go, I think we need to have a conversation. And like, when that happened, I immediately started crying. And I started to film a week in my life for you guys. And I filmed just that part, because I literally started filming a week in my life that day. And I just said, this will never see the daylight, because it's just me hysterically sobbing. And I'm just like, I don't need that to be on the internet. I already cried enough on here as it is. I don't need like that to be on here too. So I ended up just scrapping the idea. I probably will bring that back eventually, just not at this moment. But when they said we needed to have that conversation, my heart sank. I'm gonna film the other eye, because I'm telling you guys a story, so I'm just gonna film the other eye. So my heart just like sank, because I was just like, what do you mean? Like what do you mean that like we have to have this conversation? So I texted Corey, and I was pretty upset because Corey's at work, and I was like, the vet just said that we have to have a conversation about Callie. And he was just like, Allie, I really do think that we need to have this conversation about Callie. And I was just like, but I don't I don't want to have this conversation. Like, what do you mean I don't want to have this conversation? And he's like, I think we just need to have this conversation. So the vet said, let's go ahead and set up an appointment for Friday. And I was like, okay, it's okay, baby. Koa, come here. It's okay. I'm telling you, he hates thunderstorms. Summer seasons are the worst. A lot of people always just say, how come we don't just like drug our dogs and give like trazodone to our dogs to get them calm? It thunderstorms like this every single day. It thunderstorms like this every single day, and like during the summer season, and I can't have him drugged up every day. I just can't do it. It makes work very difficult for me because if I'm at Disney, I literally am having to watch the cameras and be like making sure I'm talking to him the whole time, saying it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But he just can't handle it. It's just, he's the biggest baby in the world. I love him so much, but he cannot handle a thunderstorm. So it's okay, sweetheart. I know. So anyway, they decided to make the appointment for Friday, and I just immediately got like sick to my stomach because I was just like, this is an awful feeling. Like, this is truly it's just like an awful feeling for me. I don't want to like make this decision because I can't do it, is what I was telling Corey. It's like, I don't want to do this. So on Thursday was actually the day that I was supposed to go to work. I ended up calling off of work. And I don't ever call off of work unless I absolutely have to. If I have like work-related stuff. Oh my God, my desk is shaking because both dogs are trying to fit under my desk. Okay, I'm going to have to tell the story in just a second because I need to take care of them. It's storming so badly and I just need to make sure that they're okay. They're both surrounding me right now. Like, there's one baby. I know. And then here is the other baby right here. Literally both. It's okay. You're okay. I know, baby. I know. I know. Okay, let me just take care of them. I'll be back. Beautiful. Do you see that? And I'm also wearing the brand new Singe. This would be the Office Siren half lash right here. Stunning. So I'm going to go in with the Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Oil Control Mattifying Primer. I absolutely do not like the Smashbox Photo Finish line. Like, I'm just not a fan. But I've not tried the oil control. So we'll see if I like this. Because the other one, like the true like photo finish, that one just sucks in my opinion. So for foundation, I did buy the brand new Makeup Forever foundation. This is one I will do a wear test on. I'm just not gonna do it right now. This is the brand new like liquid foundation, the HD Skin Balancing and Perfecting Foundation. I got the shade 214N. Is that the shade that I ordered? Okay, so anyway, this foundation is a natural medium to full coverage foundation with a self-adapting formula that hydrates and controls shine for all skin types, ages, and concerns. So I'll definitely do a wear test on this later. I'm just not going to do it right now. So anyway, I called off Thursday and I spent the entire day with Cali. I did film the best and worst. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. I could already tell. Oh, this is going to be definitely too deep, but whatever. Oh my God, that also smells really heavy in fragrance. Like, that is really perfumey. Oh my God. Okay, well, this would be one of those like foundations that I wear like during the summer, but I would have to get a lighter shade because this is too deep. I did that like, skin matching, like the skin test where you take like your shade from other foundations and you say on the app like, oh, this is what I am. Yeah, their shade range is very difficult for me because I am a light neutral to a light medium neutral. It just kind of depends on the brand and if it's like the summer or not. And this right here, I could already tell is just a little bit too deep. The shade that I got, like I said, is 214 in Burlap. This is considered too light for light to medium skin tones with neutral undertone, but they don't just have like a thing just like a light neutral. They have light skin with warm undertones, light skin with golden neutral undertones, and after that was light to medium. So I don't have golden undertone. So this is one of the foundations I will definitely have to mix to get my right shade match. But anyway, we're still gonna make do with it. So so like I said, on Thursday, I spent the entire day with Cali. I filmed the best and worst of Beauty that day, and I cried in that video. So who knows how that's going to turn out because that's going to go live sometime like next week when I'm moving. And so I don't know how that video is going to turn out. I haven't edited it yet. But it was a very hard day for me. It was like a very hard day because like I was just looking at her and she just kept laying on her side, and like she was so full of life, and I let her kind of eat whatever she wanted. But still I had hope. Like I just had hope that, maybe this isn't it. Maybe this isn't the end for her. Maybe she just, needs some medication. So on Friday, I did go to work just for 2.5 hours because I didn't want to be home necessarily. Not because I didn't want to spend time with her, but because I'd be sitting there looking at the clock going, cool, I'm counting down on like Callie's life. And I couldn't handle that. So I still wanted to work for just a little bit, did what I needed to do. And then I left by like 10:30. So I came home and I spent as much time with Callie as I could, but I noticed that she just kept wanting to just sit outside. She just kept wanting to go outside and like go hide in our closet or go, outside, try to get into the bushes and stuff like that. Like I put her on her little harness, her little leash, and I let her kind of walk around and explore. And I let her eat whatever she wanted to eat. She did not want her dry food, but she only wanted wet food. So my heart was just like in my chest the entire time. My heart was in my throat. It was a really just like kind of like a sick feeling for me. And I couldn't tell you how much I cried. Like I cried the whole time. I could not help it. And then we get to the vet. My doctor sees Callie, and one of the first things he says to me was, how long has she been breathing out of her stomach? And I went, what do you mean? He goes, she's breathing out of her stomach. And I said, what? And he points it out to me, and I said, that's not normal. And he said, no, that's not normal. I said, I didn't know that. He goes, has she been breathing like that for a while? I'm like, yeah, for a while she's been breathing out of that. And he said, cats are not supposed to do that. That just tells me that she doesn't have the capability of breathing through her lungs because there's probably some fluid buildup. So he was able to diagnose that she had hyperthyroidism, which I guess is like a chronic heart failure in cats. And then he felt her stomach, felt her side, and he can tell based upon all the symptoms, because he did offer to run x-rays and all this type of blood work on her and whatnot, because he said that like he can treat her for hyperthyroidism. He can also treat her for kidney disease, but that we wouldn't be promised time. I'm just going to go into this right here. We wouldn't be promised time. We would just be promised maybe 3 days, maybe 6 months, but he can definitely tell that she was failing. You know what I mean? And he looked at me, and then Corey looked at me, and they're both just kind of like, it's your decision. Like you kind of get to decide, what do you want to do about Callie? Like, do you want to run all these tests on her and, just constantly poke and prod her, bring her back weekly for fluid intakes into her body? Like, do you want to like do all that? Like, they were both giving me that decision. And I looked at them and I was like, I remember I looked directly at my vet and I was like, what do you recommend? He said, well, legally I have to tell you that I can run all these tests to perform on her. She's 18 years old, so I could already tell you she has hyperthyroidism. I could already tell you just based upon looking at her symptoms, feeling her abdomen and stuff like that she has fluid buildup around her lungs, and that she most likely is suffering from kidney disease because she's already had kidney issues in the past. He goes, what stage is that? I don't know, but I could tell you that she's just really not in good shape. But it's, again, ultimately your decision. And Corey's like, I'm going to let you decide. And so they like looked at me to like make that decision. It was probably one of the hardest decisions that I've ever had to make, because when it came to Jace, when we had our black cat Jace, you guys been on my channel years ago, you guys would see that I always had his black cat sit behind me. He's my sweet little baby boy. He had stomach cancer, and he got diagnosed with stomach cancer in October of 2022, and he was constantly throwing up what looked like coffee grains and whatnot, and he was just in pretty bad shape. But we knew that he had stomach cancer, but we knew we still had time. We knew that we had treatment for him. So we used to take gabapentin every single day to help out. I'm going to go into the Ophir Cosmetics. This is the Midi palette. This is in collaboration with Paul Dow. And this is going to be a cream, powder, and highlight right here. Super pretty. This actually just launched. I think you guys can use my code. I think I still have a code with Ophir. I'm not entirely sure, but if it is, I think it's code Allie for 20% off. But this is going to be a cream, powder, and a highlighter. So we're going to go into this actually today. So I came to Jace, by the time that like January rolled around, Jace had really gone downhill. He was taking his anti-nausea medication like Serenia that's supposed to prevent cats from throwing up, and he was still throwing up on that, but throwing up blood. So we knew. We walked into that vet that day, and my doctor looked at me and said, it's time. And I said, I know. And like Jace's body gave out during just the anesthesia. Like he couldn't even make it to the actual like injection for the euthanasia, right? So I didn't have to make that decision because it was essentially made for me. But this time, this decision was on me. And it was one of the hardest decisions that I have ever had to make because I was responsible for her life. And let me tell you, I was like, I need time. Like I said, I need time. So he gave us time. And ultimately, again, the decision fell on me, even though Corey was just much as a part of it. And Corey's like, whatever you want to do, I'll support you. Corey was very adamant that she was suffering and that I needed to make the right decision, but he was still gonna let me do what I needed to do. And so I just kept looking at Callie and I just said, just tell me, tell me what you need me to do. Okay. I'm going to try really hard not to cry because I don't want to cry, because that's all I've been doing. I'm trying to not cry. And I know that it's okay to cry. I know, but I need to be able to get through the story. So I kept looking at her and say, tell me what you need me to do. And she just is purring. She's so sweet. And I just kept looking at like what her life would be like if I made that decision. You know, has dementia. She's 18 years old. She's clearly suffering. She's breathing out of her abdomen, which apparently is a huge emergency sign. And so I had to make that decision, and I chose to take on the pain myself. I looked at her and I said, I'd rather I suffer than you suffer one more minute. I rang the buzzer to let him know that I made my decision. He came in and I said, I can't have her suffer. I cannot have her suffer. I love her too much to have her suffer one more moment. So I said, I'm gonna make the hardest decision that I've ever had to make in my entire life. I said, I love her too much. I'll suffer, please. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to make this decision. But I need to know that what I'm doing is right. And he just looked at me and he said, you're going to do what's best for her. And I said, I can't have her in pain. You're telling me that she's breathing out of her abdomen. You're telling me that she's throwing up all the time. She's not getting the nutrition. You can see her spine clearly. I was like, I'd rather be the one that hurts. So I made that decision. And it was the most painful decision that I've ever had to make. And I hated every step of it. It was not easy. And I held her in my arms the entire time of it. And I'm so sorry. I don't want to cry. I really don't. But I know you guys have been so kind and you guys have been so sweet. You guys have all shared your stories with me. And I appreciate it so much because, like, I feel like it's such like a lonely feeling. I can't stop crying. I said, I feel like it's such a lonely feeling to go through this, right? To like lose a pet. It's like, I don't know, the grief is just so overwhelming. And so seeing your guys' comments and telling me that it's okay, like, it was so kind. And like, I know a lot of you guys said, you don't need to be here, you don't need to film, but this is my job. Like, this is what pays my bills. Like, yes, I have another job, but that job also pays my bills. Like, I have a lot of bills, guys. I really do. I have like my own medical bills I'm still paying. I have my health insurance, our car insurance, our electric bill, our internet. I have groceries, all of our dog stuff. There's so much that I pay that like I do need to like still work. So, you know, I that's what like if I cry, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm not doing a wear test on this makeup anyway, so it is what it is. So like I said, I made that decision and I held her in my arms when it happened. And it was one of the most excruciating things. I don't think I've ever cried that hard publicly in front of somebody. I'm very much a private crier. As much as it doesn't seem like it, I promise it is. It seems like I'm openly crying to you guys all the time. It's because I'm home alone. I am such a private crier. I do not like crying in front of people. I think it's a very vulnerable thing to do. And I'm one of those people that like, I don't know, I tend to bottle up my pain and handle it very, very privately. Like, I have a coworker who is losing her dog in 2 weeks because her dog has a brain tumor, and she's making that decision. And, you know, I have been there for her, and she, you know, wanted to have, you know, she wants to have those conversations with me, and every time she does, she can barely get through it. Like, she can barely get through the conversation, and she's like, how come you're not getting upset with me? Like, you're going through this. And I say, because I see you upset. When someone else is upset, I swallow my own to be there for those people. I don't know what it is, but I cannot let myself have the emotions when someone else is experiencing them. I rather let them have their moment, have their time, and me just be there as a comfort. Does that make sense? Like, I can't be the person, like, if I see you upset in front of me because we're going through something that's very similar, the same thing, but you're upset, I'm going to swallow my own to be there for you to make sure that you're okay. That's just how I am. I cannot help it. So anyway, I don't ever like really cry in public because like I don't know. I just don't, except for I guess on YouTube apparently. I guess it's because to me this is my phone call with my friends, right? I don't know, but I'm gonna set it with this right here. So anyway, I'm kind of running in circles because that's just how my brain has been functioning lately. But I held her in my arms when it happened, and it took a while for me to let her go. And we got her a little hand stamped, and I got a big chunk of her fur because she has the most beautiful calico fur ever. And I remember we went home, and I was just like in a daze. Like, it's one of those things where I went completely numb at first, like completely numb. I just really didn't have any words. I couldn't really say anything. I just was numb. When homie started watching this show called Jury Duty too, like when they were like alone in the cabin, I don't know, we just started doing that. So we went into that, and then I started to have like true breakdowns this past weekend. I think Sunday was my hardest day, where I really, really, really like struggled. And I think my biggest struggle, what I told Corey, and hopefully I can talk, I think I could be okay. I think my biggest struggle that I'm struggling with is because I had to make that decision. And I know a lot of guys will tell me I made the right decision, I did the right thing. I see it, I hear all the people in my life telling me, I see the comments, but I think the thing I struggle with is just the idea that I took like an animal's life. I really just don't do well with that. A couple months ago, I accidentally hit a baby raccoon, and it was the most devastating thing I've ever done. I was absolutely hysterical because it came out of nowhere and I didn't have time to stop. And unfortunately, it didn't make it. And I called Corey, and I mean, like, I had a full-on massive panic attack where I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital because I was uncontrollable. I couldn't breathe. I was having like the worst like chest pains in my life. Turns out it was just anxiety and panic attack. I wasn't actually having a heart attack, but I was so unconsolable that Corey said, "Do I need to come home?" And I was like, I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even get the words out. And then people stared at me because here I am getting out of my car with like a Publix bag, and I'm grabbing this raccoon out of the middle of the road, and I'm bringing it to the side of the tree, and I'm laying it down, and I'm putting all these flowers on it, and I'm doing this burial process without actually burying it. And I was just hysterical. I probably got some crazy lady going, "Oh my God, some crazy lady taking that raccoon's body." I don't even care how I looked. I don't give a shit. I was just so devastated. I can't take an animal's life. It was just a big struggle for me, and knowing that I did that to something that I love more than anything was definitely a struggle. And I couldn't stop replaying what happened. Like, my brain was just stuck in this perpetual loop. I could not stop thinking about Friday. I could not stop thinking about what we just did, what she looked like every single step of the way, questioning nonstop. Did I do the right thing? Should I done the test? Should I did this? Like, I could not get out of my head, and I had the absolute worst breakdown I think I've ever had in my entire life. You would have no idea that I did, because right afterwards I filmed new makeup releases, by the way. And then when I got done filming that in my repurchaser trash, I went and had another breakdown, and Corey ended up leaving work and coming home to take care of me, because that was probably the worst I'd ever been mentally in my life. And he was just kind of like really worried about me there for a minute. He got really worried. And I told him, I was like, I think the reason why I'm taking this death harder than what I normally would have, not because I wouldn't have taken animal death hard, I absolutely would have, but I think it's just an accumulation of everything, dealing with Corey Corey going to the hospital last month for AVA, RVR, with Kaya and all her medical stuff, with us moving and me hating change and leaving this entire area, to then losing Cali. It's just been like one thing after another, and I think it's just kind of all compiling into one. And I think my body is just finally like, we need to let this out. Like, we need to because I've held everything in for so long. I have been strong for everybody else but myself. I haven't showed up for myself. I haven't taken care of myself the way that I needed it. And I remember I looked right at Corey and I said, if something doesn't change, I need help, because I can't live in the hell that my brain is putting me through. I can't do it in this perpetual state, in this prison that my brain is holding me in. I was like, I can't do it. So I said, if something doesn't change, Corey, we would have to give me help, because I can't stay like this. I won't do this to myself. I can't. So I'm gonna let the tears fall. Hold on, tears are falling. I learned as a server a long time ago, if you don't want your makeup to get messed up by tears, just lean over and let the tears fall out. Easy trick, okay? So I openly said I probably needed help. And Corey got really worried there for a minute. But it's just because I think, like I said, I've taken everything in myself. I've not taken care of myself the way that I should have. I just put everybody else before myself. I have been there for everybody else but myself. And I just think everything has kind of finally, all came down at me one time. Like I said, I told you guys, I hate change. And here we are, we're moving. We're really moving in a week. And everything that I know and love is here. Like everything I know and love is here. And one of the things I told Corey that I'm devastated about is that there are little markings all over the house that belong to Callie. Like I could see where she rubbed her face against the wall. I could see little scratch marks where her paws went. I could see little marks from where Jace was at. I was like, everything about them is staying here. So I said, what am I to do with that? Like my well, they're not my upstairs name anymore. So my beautiful friend Allison, she lost her 2 dogs right before she moved out of here. And I reached out to her and I was like, how did you deal with that? Like, how did you feel like you were leaving them behind? Because I feel like their spirits and their souls are going to be trapped here and they're not going to come with us. And she gave me the most beautiful message possible. And I cannot thank her enough for that. And she reminded me that, that's not the case, that they're going to be with us no matter where we go. But it's just kind of sad to me because, like, I won't get to see the little reminders of her still living there. I'm moving to somewhere completely different that she never got to see and that she never got to experience. Same thing with Jace. And it makes me sad that they won't ever get to have the home that I always promised them, that I want to give them, the backyard that they can kind of wander in, the patio, the full length, window area that she could lay in and sunbathe, because she absolutely loves sunbathing. And it's just, these little things all came down on me. And I'm having a really hard time processing that. I keep having breakdowns about that because, one, I'm leaving behind my home for the last 6 years. I'm leaving behind this entire area that I lived at since 2011. So that's already an adjustment for me. And then 2, I'm leaving behind little reminders that they once existed in this house. And this is the last place I ever see them. So it's very hard on me. And I think my body is just forcing me now to deal with it. So I'm taking this death and everything like that a lot harder than I think. I would have taken it hard, but like a lot harder than I thought I would, to the point that like I couldn't even bother showering. I didn't wash my hair for like almost 5 days. I didn't even care. I was lucky enough just to even get into the shower. I didn't bother. Like I barely ate. Like it was just a huge struggle for me. And there was one thing that genuinely pulled me through. Like even though I'm still going through it. I'm still having breakdowns. I'm still crying. I'm better today than I have been in a long time, because I think I've been so open and vulnerable with it with some people in my life about kind of where I'm at. And then I even told Corey, though. I said to Corey, I was like, if this is how I'm reacting with Callie passing, the day that our dogs go, I said, you're probably going to have to check me in somewhere, because I don't think I can handle it. If you have to make me make that decision, I don't think I can handle it. And he looked at me and he's like, are you serious? No, I was like, no, I'm being dead serious. I'm not saying this to be funny or anything like that. I'm saying that the day that anything happens to either of our 2 dogs, like if you put that decision on me again, like solely on me, I was like, you're going to have to check me in somewhere. I can't. Like, and I'm being so open and honest with you guys. I'm being like very open and honest about my feelings and kind of where my mental head has been at. So I've been very depressed, and I think it's just finally coming to and finally like showing. So it's been hard. It's been very hard. I'm going to take this shade and this shade and kind of like blend that underneath my waterline. So it's been very hard for me. It's been very hard the last week. And like I said, I'm not doing the best still, but I'm trying. But the one thing that's, as odd as this may seem, but there's one thing that's truly been getting me through the last couple of days. And even Corey said, I've not seen you smile in like a while now. He said, there's like, there's been one thing that's been getting me through the last week. And I don't know why, I don't know how, but for some reason it's making me feel better. But I watched this movie called Project Hail Mary and immediately fell in love with it. That I went and got the book. And I read the book in less than 2 days because I just became so addicted to it, to the point that I have now watched the movie every single day. Every single day I put the movie on because it just brings me joy. Like I absolutely love Rocky, and I think Rocky is fixing something in me. I think Roxy is healing a part of myself that probably needed healed. And I know it sounds so crazy to say that, and I probably sound really crazy, and I don't even care if I do. Like I really don't. You guys always said you love the honesty and love the fact that I'm open about my struggles, and so I'm just gonna keep it real. it's been the one thing that's been getting me through this. Reading that book and watching that movie every single day has been getting me through this. I don't know why. I think it has to do honestly with Rocky. I really do. The music is beautiful as well, but there's just something about it that I just find so magical, and it's just been pulling me through. It's been absolutely pulling me through. My friends have been incredible, all trying to be there. Like, they've been texting me every single day, making sure that I'm okay. And while I have not been nearly as responsive, like, it hasn't gone unnoticed, like the kindness that they have shown me. And I can't forget what they're doing for me right now. So I don't know, like I said, I'm one to kind of internalize everything, but I think this time around my body's not letting me. My body's forcing me to reach out and say, I can't do this. I can't do this by myself. I definitely need help. That's just kind of like where I've been at. We did get the keys this morning to this place. So I'll kind of like pop in a little image right here of our new home. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to film a full-on video because I want to like show the house, of course, but like this is the first time we're moving into like a house versus like an apartment, and I just don't want like anyone to try to find it. If I want to like truly show like the outside, just because I want to have some privacy, just because like people can be kind of creepy. You just never really know like who's watching you. Like, I've definitely had some really like creepy guys like reach out to me on Instagram, and it's definitely a very jarring moment to experience, especially because like I've had to deal with stuff at Disney myself, and then to like have guys reach out to me in my DMs is also kind of creepy. So like I'm trying to just kind of keep a sense of privacy of like where I'm living at, just, you know, first, honestly, just for safety reasons. So I don't know if I'm going to film a full-on tour, but this is just like a little sneak peek of like what I am moving into, and maybe I'll film little bits and pieces, but I might not show the whole thing. But yeah, that's gonna be our home. I definitely will film like a tour of like our apartment that we're living at now once we empty it out. We have the entire month of June to move because we still paid for the entire month of June. Moving next week, so I do have some pre-film content, but I know I'm gonna have some feelings towards it. I'm absolutely gonna have some feelings about moving. I can't help it. I'm gonna be crying about, you know, leaving the home that I love behind. I'm gonna be crying about leaving my pets behind. Like, I think they're little spirits, and it's just a lot. Like, I just feel like I'm definitely not okay. But I think one day I will be. Like, I have faith that I will be. I just feel like for once I have to say it, and I have to be okay with it. And I have to like okay with not always being okay. I have to be okay with like letting others in and like letting me have my moment, because I definitely haven't. And I know that a lot of you guys have seen my life the last couple months because I haven't hid it. Like, I've been very open and honest. I've been so just like, yep, this is where my life has been at. And you guys have been so kind and receptive towards it. And I cannot thank you guys enough for the beautiful, kind words you guys have shared with me and the story you guys shared with me. And it hasn't gone unnoticed. Like, it truly just hasn't gone unnoticed at all. And I just want to thank you guys. So hopefully this video kind of like makes sense and kind of comes together. I don't really know. This is a very long one, I'm sure, because I'm just talking nonstop. But you guys like videos of me just sitting here talking to you guys, not constantly pushing new product and stuff like that. I love like talking about makeup, don't get me wrong, but I also just kind of wanted to share my life with you and kind of like get your guys' opinion of like, am I crazy to be upset about leaving this place? Or do you guys like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think, I don't know. I want your opinion. I also want to let you guys know that I did do something that I thought was kind of cool. I found this website called Petals and Keepsake, and I sent off Cali. I can't even do my lips right because I'm talking. I sent off Cali and Jace's hair to this place called Petals and Keepsake, and they're going to turn it into a ring. You can take like someone's ashes, flowers, fabric, toy, anything you can imagine. You could actually send it to them and they can turn it into some of their pre-designed rings. So I'm going to have one side of the ring be Jace's hair, the other side of the ring be Callie's hair, and I'm going to have a piece of them with me wherever I go, and that's something that like means so much to me. I'm going to go into this Tower 28 Shine On. This is a plumping lip jelly that's supposed to like not sting at all. It's supposed to actually do the work, so we'll see how this looks. I have the shade Static Flow. I don't remember picking out the shade, but I just think I picked out a shade that I thought I'd like a nude one. So yeah, that's kind of where my life has been. It's been very chaotic. I'm gonna take the shade called Weird one more time. I'll put this in the inner corner in the brow bone. But that's kind of just where my life has been. Like I said, it's been a little hectic, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all the patience you guys have given me. You guys have also been really sweet. You guys have been like leaving like donations, or like not donations, but I guess like, I don't know what to call it, like super things. That's the coolest thing. You guys do not have to do that. Like, I really just want to stress to you guys that you being here liking my video, commenting on my video, hyping my video. It helps me more than you guys could possibly know. Like truly, it helps me so much, and it truly helps me so much. So I don't ever feel like obligated to like leave me anything. That's not what these videos are for. These videos are just to share my life with you guys and like do essentially like story times about my life. And I just want to thank those who have done it, but don't ever feel obligated, because trust me when I say you being here is like the biggest support you could possibly give me, and it just means absolutely the world to me. I have definitely noticed growth in the last couple months, which has been really cool. I'm so close to hitting like 49,000 subscribers, and then from there I'm so close to like hitting 50,000 subscribers. Like it'd be a dream of mine to hit 50,000 subscribers before the year is up, because if I do, like I want to do like a really fun, cool like little giveaway if I can. It'd just be a lot of fun. So yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, share my story with you guys and kind of open up and just be kind of raw and vulnerable and let you know what's been going on, and just saying that it's okay to like not be okay. Like I'm definitely not. It comes in waves. The grief comes in waves. And you know, I think I was glad I looked at Corey and said, I think that if I can't get out of my head, like I have to get help, because I don't ever want to go down a dark path. And that I don't want to go down a dark path. I've been there before in my younger years, and I don't want to do that, you know, this time around. And I just want to make sure I handle things properly. But I think it's okay that I'm finally saying that I'm not okay, but I know that one day I will be. So just thank you for letting me have this moment with you guys and kind of talk about everything, just because it's definitely been a lot. But this is the final look right here. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. Let me just spritz the face. I'm just gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury because it's right here. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. Like this eye look, wow, this eye look is so beautiful. Also, I do feel stinging on my lips, but I think it has to do more with this than it does a lip plumper. I'll have to try the lip plumper without the lip liner, but I just want to take a moment to appreciate this eye look. Like that is so beautiful. Do you see that? Wow, that's really pretty. I'm very, very impressed with that. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and we'll wrap up this video. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look right here. Like I said, I think everything turned out absolutely beautiful. Like this palette, like what? I didn't know what type of look I want to create with this palette, but this turned out so freaking beautiful. Like I am impressed. I am impressed. I absolutely love this. Like I said, this can be available as of right now. There's also gonna be some perfumes with it that I do already have packed away, some nail polishes. You guys do want to check out the entire collection. I think my code worked. Go save some coin. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. I also want to point out that my lips are on fire. My lips are on fire. I don't know if it's this or the because this is a plumping, stream plumping, but I wear this every day. This is a different sensation. This is like literally on my lips. I think you guys are right. I think there's something in like an actual like lip plumper formula that I think I'm allergic to, because this is definitely stinging the shit out of my lips right now. So I'll make sure I link everything I wore on my face down below. But like I said, this is not a wear test. I still will do a wear test on this foundation. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful, by the way. I think I was able to make the color work. Definitely can see a difference to my neck though and my chest. That's okay, but I think we can definitely make this work. But overall, I think the makeup turned out absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much to the brands who did send me something for today's video, as well as things that I paid for myself. I'll have them all linked down below. But mostly just thank you for allowing me to have the moment to be vulnerable, to be open. And if you stayed on this video and you watched it to the end, oh my God, thank you so much. But if you clicked off because I got emotional and you don't want to watch that, honestly, that is okay too. Just truly, I want to take a moment to thank every single person who's been here, because you guys are seriously the reason why I keep going. And if you haven't seen it, go watch Project Hail Mary. It has truly been a godsend to me. It's been a biggest blessing, and I'm probably gonna go watch it after this. So with that said, besties, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, are for life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful ventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, besties, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.